Good afternoon. This is Veterans Talk. It ain't nothing but a thing, but it's a thing we want you to tune into every Saturday afternoon. I'm Elsa McGee, your host, and I'm here with my co-host and crime and partner, Tony. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good today. How about you?
Man, I'm blessed, man.
Yeah.
I mean, sitting down, I'm not hurting. But, we had a great membership meeting today with the people that showed up.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, the problem was, Tony, I got kind of upset because a lot of people needed to be there, didn't show up.
Yeah.
We are struggling with the plight of veterans in the USA, with the plight of veterans. Now, the VA has opened up and stretched out in ways that never done before the potentials for us getting benefits. Hypertension. The first time in the history of the VA is on the Agent Orange list. I don't know too many people in my community that ain't got hypertension.
Really?
That's cash money coming into your household. What is going on in the community that veterans are, doing bad, but they ain't reaching up to do no better? What is it, Tony? I'm flabbergasted because I know me and you are out there all the time. Like farmers ringing the bell.
Yeah.
I know they can't say that ain't nobody saying that because people look up and see us come. We talk about the same thing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not coming to the table to get these benefits?
That's an excellent question. I think the history of dealing with the VA has a bit to do with it. The challenge of applying for the benefits and having to jump through loopholes for something that you were originally told these are benefits that you're entitled to. So why am I having to jump through all of these loopholes just to get the benefits that you told me I was entitled to?
Yeah, that makes sense. Huh?
Yeah.
So I guess I need to temper my anger with them with a little compassion, because the VA listen, Tony, I've been practicing VA law since 1975. When I started practicing law, you could write your claim on a piece of toilet paper and send it in, and they'll process it. They would try to help you get your benefits.
Yep.
Now they got forms. If you send in the wrong form, they'll let it sit on the desk 9 months and tell you, oh, you got the wrong form.
Yeah.
We can't process your request until you get the right form. I'm seeing that as the more of us, people of color, getting into the military and the VA claim process, it's becoming more bureaucratic.
Yeah. Yeah.
It make you want to make you read to get what you got coming, make you try to understand all this stuff. And when you get a rating opinion, they got 20 pages of information, but not all of it is about you. It's all about the VA and how the claim process works. But it doesn't address you specifically and helping you develop the claim that you are filing.
Exactly.
And a lot of guys come to me when they come to us. You're right. The history that they've had, they bring that history with them and saying, "Well, man, you think I'm gonna get some? I don't know whether you're gonna get some or not. Let's see what you qualify for. If you qualify for it, we're gonna file it till you get it. If you stick with us, we're gonna keep it up there until you get it because it makes sense." You was about to say something.
Yeah, but the challenge is the history of the VA.
History, yeah.
And it's really difficult for those veterans who have had a real challenge in what you consider basic information about, for example, getting your medical records. That should be something you tell them what your name is, possibly your numbers, and that's something that should be easy to obtain. And when you obtain it, you should be able to read it and understand what it's saying. But if it's using terms after the challenge of actually trying to get it, and then there are terms in there explaining, what does this mean?
You're so right.
Yes.
Because I recently got upgraded myself because of a heart condition. Now on the list, on the Agent Orange list, they listed as ischemic heart disease.
Okay.
Right now, I didn't know what no ischemic heart disease. Doctor told me I had congenital heart failure.
Mm-hmm.
So I filed a claim. It came back approved. Mm-hmm. The wording.
Exactly.
I didn't understand the wording, but what I did go look up what ischemic heart disease is. It's a multitude of heart issues. Mm-hmm. You know, and a lot of guys don't know that. They look at it and say, well, that's not what the doctor diagnosed me by.
Exactly.
So they just walk away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the history
Yeah.
of dealing with somebody that don't care about your benefits.
Yeah. And that's something that should be automatic. You know, if it should be a situation, if you file a claim thinking you should get something, then you should get a response. Okay, now what are you filing for? This is what you're filing. This is how you do it. Yeah. You know, they should walk you through the procedure, not just deny it without an explanation of, you know, we're denying it for this reason. Mm-hmm. To get these benefits, this is the information that we need, and this is the paperwork that you should file it on. Mm-hmm. You know, it should be a situation that's easy for the average veteran to complete.
It should be just the way like we got our orders in the military.
Right, yeah. But look at, you know, what we're looking at now, most of us in our 70s and 80s that fought in that war, you know, there's a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, our attention span, we get frustrated. And then, of course, add to it post-traumatic stress. Mm-hmm. You know, you get so frustrated. You know, you hear people say, "Oh, the hell with it." You know.
Yeah.
And
I'm not messing with them folks. I don't want to deal with them.
Exactly. Yes.
And I get so much of that, Tony, it breaks my heart, man.
Yeah.
Because usually when the people are in the process, they're sick.
Yeah. Yes, they're dealing with the health challenges because of their service in the military. Yeah,
they're dealing with that challenge then and there.
Yeah,
and it don't reach the point where it's impacting their livelihood.
Yeah,
and some of them can't work because of disability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and they will walk off from it because, like you say, the history and the maltreatment and the misinformation you get when you go to the VA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why we're here every Saturday, Tony. To try to encourage our brothers and sisters that serve this country. That only 1% of the population ever served in the military. Mm-hmm. That 1% served for the freedom of the rest of us.
Yes.
We should take care of those folks, man.
Yes.
When they got a problem, like you look at the way they respond to some claims, they will rephrase the evidence so it look like you ain't got the evidence that's required for the claim that you are filing for. I mean, they purposely rephrase it or recharacterize it to take away the value that it has on your case.
And they will use terms to explain it that you don't understand those terms. It's challenging enough every day just dealing with a doctor and the terms that he used in explaining whatever health challenges you're dealing with. But then you have an agency that was created to serve you, to help you walk through, for you to get the benefits that you earn as a result of your service. And they're using those similar type terms that leave you confused. And you know.
And see, Tony, what you just said, it was created to help.
Yeah.
And what we don't do, we don't demand that it do it.
Exactly. Yes.
We got to start running off on the process. You know, I remember I don't know where it came from, but they was talking about the American flag. They said these colors don't run. And they were speaking about the history of the U.S. military.
Yeah.
When it comes to fighting, we the best on the planet. Why we won't fight for our benefits? I served in the best military on planet Earth. That means the personnel had to be something special.
Yeah. But one of the things you just said, we shouldn't have to fight for those benefits.
And we're not supposed to have to fight for them. See, the law, the way it's written, it's still in place. Once you file a credible claim, you know, they know it's a valid claim, and they don't always claim. The VA is supposed to go to work to help you marshal the evidence, develop that claim so it can be granted. That's their role.
Yeah.
They rather than helping you, they discourage you, they mislead you, and they lie on the record. You know, they'll say the record say this, and you look in the record say something else different.
Yeah.
I had, and it get worse, Tony, when you look at the DICs. You know, DICs are surviving spouses. You know.
Oh yes.
Man, they treat these women like they just lost their husband. I mean, some of them take it up to 3 years to get benefits after the husband has passed.
Yeah.
That see, what they don't take into consideration, the husband is the major income in that household.
Yes.
When he gone, that major income is gone.
Right.
And some of these women are going homeless.
When it's not necessary.
Matter of fact, it's criminal. To me, it's criminal. This man done served his country, died with service-connected disability, and his widow get denied his benefits because of somebody that's sitting behind the desk that want to do it like that. So I'm thinking that this is the reason why we should be voting better than we do.
Oh yes,
Tony. Because I'm looking at this campaign heating up right now. Well, the campaign ain't heating up.
It's the rhetoric. The
rhetoric
associated with campaigning. Yes.
It's so toxic.
Yes.
It don't make sense. It don't encourage people to work together. It don't encourage people to trust the system. You know, this system been in place over 130 years, and all of a sudden, it ain't good enough for some people.
Yeah.
It ain't working the way it should work for some people. And these people are running all over the laws. They don't care nothing about the law.
Yeah, exactly.
And they want to run the country. And if we're not careful, they will run it. And if they start running the country, tell them the benefits that we've earned is out the door. We can forget about any benefits from the dictatorship that we see it coming. We can stop it, but only if we start giving our vote some sense.
Exactly.
Our vote's got to get some sense, because our vote is crazy right now. Where we ain't voting right now. What we are letting happen, the media is discouraging voters because they with polls. They showing where this man is leading. How is he leading? Ain't no vote been cast.
Right.
And they ain't polled me. They ain't asked me. So they done got a select little group of people that they done poll, and they gonna throw it up. Oh well, this man is leading. Ain't nobody leading. The election has never started, and that's what we got to get people to understand. These people are trying to mislead you into doing what they want you to do. Period. Right now, they're talking about Joe Biden being too old. I mean, I know that a lot of people, well, you coming to his defense because you old. Yeah, I'm going to let's say this here. The wisdom that this man brought into office, the experience that he brought into office has allowed him to make major legislative moves that's a benefit to all communities in this country.
Exactly. He has been in government longer than most of these people that are fighting against him have lived. He has been a pivotal point in major legislation that is written into the governing laws of the United States. His fingerprints are all over it.
All over it.
However, they are choosing to ignore that experience, ignore that knowledge, ignore that ability to legislate. Even with an opposition party, he's able to do those things that benefit the majority. It's not going to benefit everybody. Everybody's not going to like the legislation. But when you look at the overall effect of his proposed legislation and the ones he passed, we all benefit from it.
We benefit. The country is better
the
off.
Country, yes, exactly.
The country is better off for it. And what we got to do, and then we're going to keep doing it, we're going to keep talking to you, every veteran, talking to veterans in the community. Because, see, we see the handwriting on the wall. These people are upset with Joe Biden because Kamala Harris is the vice president. I'm saying it loud, and I want everybody to know.
Yeah.
Stop letting these people talk past you when you can see ain't nothing wrong with Joe Biden leading this country. Matter of fact, he's led it to the greater degree than really. This man has appointed more people of color and diversity to the government than all the presidents before him.
Yeah. And the ones he have appointed to positions have excelled in those positions. We've all benefited from his decision, his choices to put people in governing position. You know, it's all positive. But
you got the media feeding us with polls that don't exist.
Yeah.
And we need to tell our people, don't pay these polls no attention. These people are trying to influence your way of thinking. And they ain't got your best interest at heart. They're just trying to get ratings.
I have been a registered voter since my 18th birthday. I'm 76 this year. I have yet, in all of those years of being a registered voter, been polled. I've never been polled.
Ain't nobody asked you nothing.
Nobody has ever asked me an opinion on a poll about a legislation that's being proposed or that has passed.
Our candidates running for office.
Yes.
See, and then they're gonna come up with these polls and make us feel like, well, this is the truth.
Yeah.
He's leading President Biden.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't that many.
Really? Yeah. Yeah.
And I realize that the media has to do what the media has to do in order to survive. Mm-hmm. So they're going at ratings. The stations that we think that are with Biden are the ones that's talking against Biden, really talking about his age.
Yeah.
Now I can't figure out why the age would be so important if Kamala Harris wasn't vice president. I think.
You stated a fact that they're choosing not to discuss.
They don't want to discuss it because that's the truth.
That question will never be on a poll that's being run to find out his popularity. Not once are you going to see something mentioned about the possibility of a black female becoming president of the United States. That strikes fear in the hearts of so many people.
All of them.
Yes.
And especially number 45 right now. He already dealing with 2 lawyers, black lawyers, that got him hopping around the country.
Yeah. Yeah.
He done called them everything but a child of God. And they still on him. They ain't backed up, look like they speeded up.
Yep.
Because what they're doing is what every person in this country should do. Uphold the law.
Exactly. Exactly.
We want equal opportunity. We want equal justice. No individual. Now I'm gonna tell you something. You can go to get charged, get indicted for something, and go look for a job. Nobody is gonna hire you with an open case pending.
Exactly.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Now you got a bunch of crazy folks in this country want to run a man for president that's obviously going to be convicted. He running for president so he can pardon himself.
Yeah, exactly. He
don't care nothing about them or this country.
Yes. Yep.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I hate to do this, but I'm gonna call upon all these people in this country that believe in the military to ask themselves one question. Why did John McCain, an icon, for as I'm concerned, my hero, one of my heroes, why he didn't want the man at his funeral?
Exactly.
Never in the history of thinking would you think somebody would say to the president, I don't want you at my funeral, bro. I don't even like you like that.
Yes. Because
you know
anybody that is respected the way John McCain was respected by this country, not just his legislature, but his military career,
this military bravery, man.
Yes.
What he did for this country. And then this man come to me, he like heroes that don't get caught.
Yeah. I
like heroes that don't have foot problems when they get called in the military, too.
Yes, really. A legitimate reason for not being called in the military. Yes.
But you know what? When you raised a certain way, that's the way you're going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We need to look at the man history, where he come from.
Yep.
Before he was even in the real estate, his daddy was in the real estate. And they didn't even want to rent the black folks. They had to go to take them to court, the rent, to make them rent to black people in New York.
Yeah.
So this man got a history of hatred.
Mm-hmm.
But only reason for the color of the skin.
That's it.
And we need to stop this stuff with this stuff, really. And they're upset. They want to change the books again. They want to rewrite history so that they can justify what they're doing. When they deny people benefits, deny people freedom up under the law.
Mm-hmm.
We got to keep our eye on the prize. The prize is the freedom that we serve for, we got.
Yes.
If we get these people in office, if we let them close to the presidency again, it's going to destroy the country.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be civil war. See, they're under the impression that they can impose that on us once they get government. That ain't the same character of our ancestors. They need to realize that we're not of the same characters as our ancestors. Our ancestors had to survive to get us to where we're at right now. We're ready to fight.
Yeah.
You know, ain't no bully gonna scare me. You know, I'm gonna stand up for my rights.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't understand that. They think this gonna be another drive-by. No, it's gonna be a firefight. Ain't gonna be no drive-by. You know, it ain't gonna happen like that. Just like when they went to Stone Mountain, they found out up there at Stone Mountain that there wasn't gonna be no drive-by.
Yeah.
My cousin Brian, I hope you listen. He just definitely in DeKalb County. He said they put the flags and all that stuff down in the base of the truck. And they eased out.
Yes.
They didn't want to make no noise.
Right. Yes.
Because they are cowards.
Mm-hmm.
And they hide behind threats of violence and all that kind of stuff. Listen, man, I've been in the middle of combat. It don't bother me. It don't bother me to do that. You know? So they got to realize that they done create millions of me. Millions of us. Tony.
Yes, right.
They done created millions of us.
They trained us. They trained us well.
They better wake up because we're trying to wake up the millions. If we wake them up, that's going to be something to deal with, man. Can you imagine veterans standing up for this country, in this country?
Yep.
We're going to have half of the population with us because most of our families.
Yeah. And we have a lot of them standing with us. I don't want to say unfortunately, some of them are choosing to remain silent for now.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's dangerous.
Yes.
Because silence is complicity.
Yes, exactly. And as a result, you don't really know where they stand.
Yeah.
And so you're a bit apprehensive about making a statement. But sometimes we just have to just step out and make that statement.
Step out on faith.
Yes.
I walk by faith anyway. I don't know no other way to walk in all this confusion that they got going on now. Because, Tony, I be telling guys about the benefits, how we can use the benefits, and how we should be using them. It's more economical to buy a house than to rent.
Exactly. There's so many benefits that comes with home ownership.
And one of them is more affordable. Listen, a 2-bedroom house, apartment right now, this at the low end, is $1,500.
Exactly.
A 4-bedroom, you into $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
I got a 5-bedroom. And I don't pay $2,000.
Yeah. Home ownership.
Home ownership. See, and we got to get veterans into this so that they'll understand that one of the reasons they're trying to keep you out of that, it makes you feel like a real citizen. You know, it makes you feel you own a part of this country. It's yours. You got a right to stand up for it. Veterans need to come out of the woodwork, stop being so laid back, because that's why we up here every Saturday. We're not laid back. We're trying to inspire up the community, and we got some things. Looking back over the year, Tony, we've been pretty busy, man. Even though we on a wheelchair, on a walk, and we ain't been going out the way we've been going out. We made some major accomplishments.
Yes, we have. Yes,
and we got to keep on doing that to show people. Listen, man. We might be disabled, but we ain't unable.
Right.
You know, we're not unable.
Great statement. Yes.
You know? And we need to use that ability that we have left to make a better community for our families.
Yep.
For our ancestors. You know, and the only way we're going to do that is to make them live up to the oath that we took. You got to live up to it.
Yeah. we live up to it every day.
We live up to
and
it
so
every
we
day.
can only expect the same from those that are in governing positions.
We put them there.
Yeah.
They need to act like we put them there for
Yeah.
the benefit of the people, not for their individual benefit.
Exactly.
See, if they want to do their individual benefit, that's why they got business. Go into business.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
you want your individual, go into business so you got to work. Got to work for a living.
Yep.
You're going to go into politics so you can manipulate and get rich. Inside trading. We got people go up there so they can get inside trading. They got all the information they need. Now they can go to stock market. And see, we got to cut all that mess out. When you go in the government, you're in government. Just like when we're in the military. You ain't got no business you can run. You can't run no business in the military.
Nope.
You belong to Sam 24/7. We need politicians when they elected in that job. They belong to us 24/7.
Yeah.
All this sidestepping to get money made for themselves. They don't need to be in government. Let them do something else.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing with that is they should always be available to us.
Listen, that's when they doing the sale thing when they're not available to you. They make it hard for you to get a visit with them.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way.
Well, that's what they get when they ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't ready to do nothing. They're gonna stay as far away from you as they possibly can.
Yeah.
But they got to be like us, Tony. We just keep going at them.
That's
anyway.
it. We have to be persistent. We're coming back. We aren't going to give up because we have an idea that we think will benefit everybody.
And we ain't going cussing and fussing. We smiling and
that's
nice.
it.
We're on our positive because we're trying to move things from a negative.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to do. When you're trying to move things from a negative, you don't go in there negative. Mm-hmm. You don't go in there and fall into that trap. You go in there like the former first lady say, when they go low, we go high.
Exactly.
And that's what we've been doing, Tony. We've been going high, brother. And I appreciate you so much for doing that, man, because ain't nobody else going to ride with me.
I'm following a great leader. It can be challenging at times, but I'm going to hang in there.
Who's going to be with that crazy man? I'm going to tell you, you've probably been in one of them predicaments the way I used to be with Dr. Carver.
Yeah.
Dr. Carver was... I'm just stepping out there. I'm his assistant. Go to meet with Dr. Carver. Dr. Carver hears something he don't like. He got his hands up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh my God, I'm gonna get this man out of here one day. He's gonna trap him in here and me too.
Yeah.
But he spoke truth to power.
Exactly.
Don't matter what it was. And see, we done got away from that. We don't want to speak truth to power because we don't want to upset the apple cart. We don't want to. You can be very positive. Jose was a very positive.
Yes.
You didn't hear Jose cussing and fussing and talking crazy.
Not even raising his voice.
Not even raising his voice. Just he let them know I'll be there.
Yep.
I'll be there, and the rest of them with me. I got somebody coming with me.
Yep.
We're gonna come up there and find out why y'all don't want us up there.
Yep.
You're in the Forsyth County.
Yep. Really.
That
that was an interesting part of his legacy to face that.
Listen, when he was doing all that, I used to wonder, Jose was a Purple Heart recipient, and I just be wondering how he controlled his PTSD that well. But I know because a couple times they find him drunk in the car, and they want to charge him for drunk driving, but they could never get it right, man.
He wasn't driving.
He wasn't driving. He's sitting up there. He just had to be. Had his medicine.
Yep.
But people get it so mixed up when we don't have visionary leaders or leaders that gonna stand up for what's right. Mm-hmm. The country suffer. The community suffer. Right now, if we had some of the Jose's in our community, we wouldn't be killing each other like we did each other.
Exactly.
We jump all over when the police kill one of us, and we should. Mm-hmm. Why can't we do the same thing when we kill each other?
Yes.
Why can't they say, okay, we got to find out why is this happening so much in our community? Well, it's happening because it's families. And the family will hide that wrong. Mm-hmm. Rather than stand up. Listen, bro, if I remember one time when everybody was getting a little switchblade knife that pops open. Mm-hmm. I think I was about 14 years old, man. I wanted one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I had sense enough to know I wasn't going to take it in my mama's house because my daddy was going to find it and that was going to be the end of me. I hid it around the lawnmower. Now, that was dumb, too. Yeah, I didn't know how to do it. Well, there wasn't no lawnmowers. You know,
Push mower, yeah.
So I done hid it around there so I can know where it was. My mom came, Elson, what's this? I didn't want to see it because I know it was mine.
Yeah.
And I can't lie because she just looking at me. You better not lie.
Yeah.
Tell the truth. So I ain't got nowhere to go.
Right.
We don't have that parenting today.
No.
My dad used to tell me when I go out, I'm going to the bowling alley, I'm going to the Split Tea, I'm going to Rainbow. He'd give me $5. He said, this is my money. He said, but if your little buddy start going wrong, you better come home.
Yeah.
Get you a taxi, Elsa, and come home. Don't try to tell them what to do. You ain't got to go with them. You better bring yours home when they go wrong, because if you go to jail, I ain't coming. You gonna stay down there. I ain't coming at you. And believe me, he didn't show up. He didn't show up.
Yeah.
We got to have that parenting in our community again.
Yeah. I can remember one of the senior members in our neighborhood, and he told my parents the story of my finding myself in a similar situation where there was something going on. And the guy said, he looked up and he saw me walking away because I knew if I got in trouble, I was going to be in worse trouble once I opened that door and walked in there, because I knew, the interesting thing, everybody had landlines then, and so if you got in trouble, somebody was going to pick up that party line and say, y'all need to stop talking because I need to talk to Mr. Henrosy,
Yeah.
And then he's going to tell him, your son, Tony, was up there, and I knew when I walked through that door, I knew what and so rather than having to face that, I said, let me go home, let me walk. This is not a good situation.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
See, and that's what parenting got to do now.
Yep.
They too well, my child can go where they want to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
No, you got a little bad boy. You need to know you got a little bad boy. And all children are bad. They're full of folly.
Yeah.
They don't mean nothing. They're just full of folly.
Yep.
That's the way God made us. That's why we need good parenting.
Yes.
I didn't like my daddy too much like that, but I know not to mess with him either.
Yeah, exactly.
When he was talking to me, I knew he meant what he said.
Exactly. Yes.
And I know he wouldn't whoop me, but he engineered, well, Mama gonna tear it up. She didn't have no reservation of it. That's why I didn't whoop my kids when they was babies. Yeah. I don't never want to whoop my children. But we need parenting in our neighborhood that teach our children right from wrong first. First, right from wrong first.
Yeah.
Teach them how to live. Teach them how to coexist with people. Teach them how to respect. My dad used to say, listen, you respect everybody. Mm-hmm. You don't care. You don't know who you dealing with.
Exactly.
When you out this house or else, and you respect everybody, especially people that are older than you. Is yes sir and no sir.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to hear nothing else, because you represent me.
Exactly. You
tell me, man, you represent me. You a McGee. Oh, okay. You got to go there now.
Yeah.
But that was the way they preserved us. And we knew that we couldn't do no wrong because we were going to get busted.
Exactly.
Now the children get busted, the parents coming down with them in the wrong. Don't be talking to my child. Don't say nothing to my child.
Exactly.
What the world has happened to the community when that child going to go out and kill somebody or get killed?
Yep.
We got to get resources. Now that's why I'm so excited about what we're doing, the second part of the project. We're going to put resources in our community. They're already there. I mean, we didn't find that out. The resources are already there in the community to make a great impact. We just got pimps in the process. They get the money and they doing that. So we got to get the pimps out of the process so that those resources in the community can have impact. Because the kind of things we've seen out of these vendors that came in and got money from Fulton County was amazing, Tony. Just to have them all come down And you could tell the ones that was ready and doing what they wanted to do, and you could tell that some of them ain't did no more since they got the money than they was doing before they got the money, because they know how to write grants.
Yes. Yeah.
They're good grant writers.
Yeah.
And they get the money, and they ain't doing nothing no more than they did before they got the money. We need people to take that money that's designated for veterans in Fulton County, do work for veterans. Simple as that. Don't take the money if you ain't gonna do the work. And listen, I like Isaiah. Isaiah just said it out right now. I hope you're on that screening committee next year. Some people that didn't need no money.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a waste of money giving it to them, because it's irrelevant to what's needed for veterans in Fulton County. But they got money.
Yes. One of the things that I think, I hope, I believe that we will benefit from was that procedure of having them come in and explain what they did with the money. It's going to make them think twice now about applying for it. And if they apply for it, make sure that it goes for veterans' benefits.
Right.
And so as a result, the system will work. It will solve its own problems,
if
we keep pushing it. But we got to stay there. We got to tell them, okay, yes, you came this year. We want you back here. What did you do better than last year that you are going to do this year with those funds that you're applying for?
Yeah, because some of them people got funds 2 years.
Yes, yes.
And we just heard from them 1 year.
We just heard from them 1 year, but we're going to make sure that we want to see improvements in your spending of those funds that have been granted to you by Fulton County.
Before I make any advice to my commissioner, I want to see where you are operating at.
Right.
Let me come look at your setup.
Yeah.
You know, let me come look at you doing what you say you do.
Yeah.
And a bunch of them don't want us to come.
No. They don't want to pull back that curtain and show what's going on behind
really
that.
Going on.
But that's our duty.
That's our duty.
You know, we are the recipients of those funds that we have distributed to the community, and we got to make sure that those funds are being used for what they are supposed to be used for.
Exactly.
And so we have the authorization simply by that to do venting.
Yeah,
we're venting.
We want to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And we're gonna. And I noticed that we didn't get the address and contact information from us people at Fulton County. They said they were gonna give us all that information. I checked my email. I ain't got a check.
Yep.
See, so you know, complicity is silent. Is in silence, right?
That's a challenge we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we got to let them know that you know, just because you guys think y'all done took over and you think you running it like you got a racial train, you ain't doing no more than we thought you was gonna do, and we all over you.
Yep.
We're gonna expose you too.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you shouldn't be in that role you in.
Okay. I know.
I mean, if they're corrupting the process. And that's what they're doing. They're allowing the process to be corrupted, because this is taxpayers' money.
Yes.
That being put out there for 3 categories. And I playing a piano ain't waiting on there. I didn't see that, but you know they get money.
They got money. They got money. 2
years they got money.
Yeah.
So we got to make sure that a lot of these people that got money this year, I hope y'all listening, won't get none next year.
Yeah.
Because me and Isaiah are going to be talking.
Yeah.
And the rest of that crew.
Yeah. Because we've got to be specific, because we don't want these funds wasted.
No.
Because if the county finds out that we are wasting this money on...
You're going to cut it out.
All of a sudden, we're going to lose all these benefits, you know.
We're going to lose them.
And Marvin Harrington worked hard for us to get these funds.
That's right.
So, you know.
So we got to make sure they're being spent wisely, and that the people are getting benefit from the funds that they got.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen but one vendor so far. I know more than frontline community services doing what they're supposed to do, but because of the little team that we're on, we don't have communication with all of the commissioners. Because they fixed it where 5 of them running the show. And they done fixed it where we ain't meeting but every other month.
Yeah.
And that's on Zoom. And we never had an in-person meeting with each other. I don't understand how we working like that.
No.
You know, and so we're gonna stay on Fulton County.
Yeah.
And we're gonna stay in Atlanta, and we're gonna make a better city and a better county for everybody.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about the white, the black. We talking about everybody.
Everybody.
And all we're asking people to do is check us out. You can always check us out here, and you can call in when when we talking if you want to at 470-251-4707. You can just call in, and you can call us out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
you call us out. We need to. Sometimes we need to be checked.
Yeah.
You know, check us out because see, one of the things that we try to do is have a track record of accomplishments, and I don't think not one organization in this area could claim more victories at the VA than our chapter over the years. Because of the way we work, we work to make sure that people get the benefits, and you know, people get a little frustrated with sometimes because we work to win. We don't work to lose. We work to win.
Yeah.
And that takes time to develop the evidence because once you file it, you got to have it there because the VA will take you across the field in a minute.
Yeah.
They know how to take you across the field, especially when you ain't been in that process, and that process is not kind to you. So what we're gonna do, Tony, talk about the Brickathon for a minute, bro, because I keep forgetting that. I'm not forgetting it, but we had somebody else sign up for a brick yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, so people need to know.
Yeah, you know, we will occasionally get really focused on veteran benefit, but we also want to remind everybody that the Sons of Atlanta Vietnam War Memorial is going to be built. But what we're doing as a part of this is raising funds to benefit those organizations that we will be working with and within the community to get the information to the veterans and the veterans' families about their benefits. But the memorial, we want everybody. If you are a veteran, if you have a veteran in your family, if you know somebody that knows a veteran, here's a chance to memorialize that person, that organization, that church. You know, anything. Purchase a commemorative brick and you will be a permanent part of the walkway that leads up to that memorial. The more you pay for your brick, the closer you are to the center of the memorial. But it's not so much being close. We want you on the walkway that leads up to the memorial. So a simple it's not really a basic $100 brick will get your organization, church, family, friend, reunion committee, class reunion, all of those things will get you on that memorial, and you will become a permanent part. And that's historic, that you will be a permanent part of a memorial that's going to be located in historic Piedmont Park on their front lawn. That's the front door. Everybody doesn't always get to come in the front door. There was a time, and I'm gonna just be brief on this, well, we weren't allowed to walk in the front door. We had to go in the back. But here you are becoming a permanent part of a memorial located in historic Piedmont Park on the walkway leading up to this memorial. So we want everybody to go to the website, sonsofatlanta.org, upper right-hand corner, click commemorative, thank you, commemorative brick. Click on that and you'll get all the information you need for purchasing that commemorative brick to be on that walkway that leads up to the memorial. So don't hesitate. Here's an opportunity, and not only will your family and all of that benefit by having you a part of it, but the money raised will help other veterans and veterans organizations. That's the purpose of it, is to raise money for the benefit. Everything that we raise for those commemorative brick, other than any additional cost, will go to a fund that will help other organizations that we are supportive of and we vented, which is extremely important, that will benefit from that commemorative brick. So everybody, get out, Go to the website. View the website. The website itself is interesting because you get to see all of those sons of Atlanta who paid the ultimate price. Mm-hmm. And most of us, if we look on there, we will probably find somebody that we know or may have known, or a family member or a church member or an organization member that had a son during that time that served, that paid the ultimate price. So that's all we're asking for. Here's an opportunity to become a part, purchase that brick, and become a permanent member of a permanent memorial in historic Piedmont Park.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah.
It's such a. I'm thinking that this memorial will change the way in our community where we look at each other.
Yeah.
Because it's a call to unity. Once you go to the website, you'll see it's not, and I think a lot of people for a long time felt that it was just about black soldiers. Mm-mm. But this is about every individual that was living in Fulton County during the era that was killed in the war. So we're in white communities, Native American communities, Hispanic communities, black communities, all of us gonna be in Piedmont Park together. And for the first time probably in the history of this county, these 9 cities gonna all put their seals in this one place.
Yep.
That means that they are all coming together for the sake of their sons and for the honor of their sons. A lot of people forget about what the military service demands of their recruits. You're on duty from the day you raise your hand and take the oath until you're discharged. You're on duty 24/7.
Exactly.
24/7. Nothing else comes before your service. You learn to live with people of different cultures and different races. And you learn to work with them and treat them with the same kind of dignity and respect that you want. And 99% of the time, that's what you get back. Mm-hmm. I am so blessed that I was in the U.S. military. And because, to tell the truth, other than going to the stores, I had never interacted with no white people, nobody other than black people in my life until I went in the military.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't have no relationship with no Africans or no Asians, no Koreans. I ain't know nothing about them folks.
Yeah.
But the minute I stepped off in the military, I look around, I'm in the barrack with all kind of folks.
Yes.
I'm scared to move.
Well, it was foreign. It was totally foreign to us.
It was totally.
We were seeing people from different parts of the world that we had never envisioned meeting. Mm-hmm. It was something, a lot of times, what you saw on TV. Mm-hmm. But the idea of you living in close quarters and becoming friends with people from all over the United States of all races, you know, it was an incredible experience.
Yes. And it was one that lasts for a lifetime.
Yes.
It changes your way you look at people, other than yourself. You'll find out you're just like all of us, just alike.
Yep.
Everybody bleeds red. I didn't see nobody bleed blue or green in Vietnam. No. I saw a lot of blood.
Yep.
But, and I'm going to tell you something else too. Everybody had somebody that they cared about called family. Mm-hmm. They had friends. You know, we found out that we had more in common than we had in difference.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. I think some of the relationships that I had made in the military with white folks went beyond just friendship. They became like family. Mm-hmm. They came home with me.
Yeah.
They came to my house.
You know, I experienced the same thing. Living in Atlanta is one of those places where every flight going anywhere usually came through Atlanta. And there were many times back in the day when you could actually go all the way to the gate. Mm-hmm. And so I would have friends say, I'm going to be in Atlanta at such and such a time, you know, let's get together. Mm-hmm. And I'd go to the airport and meet with them and sit there between flights. You know, it was just an incredible experience. Mm-hmm. Another experience, one of the guys that I worked with in Puerto Rico in intelligence, once he got married, he vacationed his honeymoon. He honeymooned in Florida. He came through Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And him and his wife, they had a RV, and they parked it in front of our house, and they spent that weekend with us on their way to Florida and stopped back on the way back.
Yeah.
These were lifelong friends.
Lifelong friends.
You know,
And now we got folks that want to mess all that up because they don't want to mix.
Yeah.
But they can't do nothing about it. It's
Exactly.
a natural evolution. It's natural evolution of God's people coming together.
Yeah.
And we can all get along.
Yeah.
And we can all live together. We can function together. And we can do it without violence.
Yeah.
We did it in the military. I tell you what, look at the military now, Tony. That is the most diverse
Yes.
part of our society.
Yeah.
But it is the most effective and organized. I go to the military. I'm doing this here, man. I'm seeing all these young black folks in bars and stars.
Exactly.
And what?
Yeah.
None of that.
Yes.
But all of that came from our service. That's what we're going to be honoring in Piedmont Park. Because, see, these guys came from here. Their names are in Washington, D.C. on this humongous wall with 58,000 other folks. I go up there, I'm overwhelmed because I know too many on the wall. So, and my way of thinking, if I can just get people to appreciate them more, and the way we came up with getting that done is localizing, coming up with the Sons of Atlanta, meaning that all these people come from College Park, East Point, Atlanta, Union City, all Fulton County. And it's a beautiful thing because when you look at the website, you see how serious this community was. Most of these young men didn't even live to get 21 years old.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
They gave it all for us, and we acting like it's not enough. This is veterans talk.
Yeah.
You know, and I get all emotional when I start thinking about that. Much as these young folk we got it back to where their community is respecting it now. So we bring it back home where their family names, gonna be appreciated more, because they'll understand that their son, this young man, went into the military in the '60s and didn't come home.
Yes. Yes.
But he gave me something by not coming home that I should not want to give it up for nobody. The freedoms, the opportunity that we have in this country.
And it's all, not it's all, my major portion of it is based on our military service to this country.
Yeah.
And so we are benefiting. Now, admittedly, there were challenges as a result of that war because it was war.
It was war.
That's really nothing pretty about war. You know, people are paying the ultimate price for their service in a war. And so as a result, we need to honor these people. And what we're doing is memorialize them for now on. They will always be a part of Atlanta's history.
Always.
You know, someone will always be able to go to the park and see engraved in granite names of young men who paid the ultimate price
from that community.
Yes, for our community.
From our community.
You know, it's, the wonderful thing about that is, like you said, those names are in Washington, D.C., but how many people are able to make that trip to Washington where they can, it's a train ride from wherever to that park. It's a car ride. It's walking distance for so many that will be able to walk up and memorialize that family member in their time, anytime they want to.
And Tony, when you say anytime, this is an open air.
Yes.
Memorial, man. They need to look at that design. It's beautiful.
Yes.
It's absolutely an outstanding. It's gonna be something people gonna be stopping by when they go down Piedmont. They have to come around and tell me go see what this is, because it's such a beautiful way that we are recognizing these young men in our hometown. I mean, it came late, but we got it.
Yes.
You know.
Divine timing.
Divine timing.
Divine. It is supposed. If it was supposed to be, it would have been. it is now that memorial needs to be built and will be built, even with all the challenges that we have gone through getting it to this point. It is in divine time that this, and so because of my beliefs, we just relax and enjoy this process.
Yes. And this is, we are in the year coming up.
Yep.
Next year, next month is 2024. I'm glad I'm gonna start it off with surgery because I'm in 2023, and with this. But I want to thank Tony and Kenny and the whole little crew that's been with me. They took care of me it made me feel comfortable with moving around because you guys helped me out so much, and I just can't express how much that means to me. How encouraging it's been because. Man, sometimes I don't want to move.
Yeah.
Listen, when you get up and your bones touching bones and they're popping, and you can't move for a minute.
Yeah.
But thanks to you guys, we've been able to stay with the program and keep pushing. I know sometimes I'm more of a load than a help, but we're gonna continue doing what we're doing. And when we get finished, and we're going to have all these people in the park, and you've missed your brick, don't get mad with me. Tell you that now, because you ain't got but 12,000 slots.
Yep.
We done already sold 38 of them. Mm-hmm. So you can put it off and keep putting it off. And you can go to the website right now, like Tony said. It do that 24/7. If you don't get your brick, don't get mad with Tony. Don't get mad with me. You can get mad with somebody that you can't see. But we're just saying the truth. Really, in reality, we haven't really been marketing the bricks the way we're going to be marketing them in 2024. So it's only 12,000 slots. That's not a whole lot of slots, really. So if you really think about what we're talking about, if you're thinking about what Tony's talking about, especially, I got the kind of family. They're going to be looking for my name when they go down there.
Exactly.
Just to tell me, oh, I didn't see your name. I didn't see your name. I know you was something with that pub down there, but I don't see your name. Yeah. Where your name at? Our name going to be on a pillar to the ceiling. So they'll know. But, I come from a family that come from this town. So they know some of the people that's on there.
Yes.
They know some of the families. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes it feel so good when you're getting honor to these young men and to their families.
Yes.
That the only honor they got, Tony, when they gave them the flag.
That's
it.
The
flag and gave it to them. And they ain't been talked about or thought about since.
Yes.
We're going to raise them up and salute them the way they need to be saluted.
Yep.
Because I don't think now one of them went there to die.
No. That was not our intention to go to war and lose our lives. Yeah.
So what they did was honorable.
Yep.
And we gonna honor them.
Yes.
And not just them. What this says is that we're gonna set up and think about military service in a different way henceforth. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you, once you leave that memorial, you see that memorial, you're going to have more respect for your family member that's in the military. Because some of us got family members right now in the military. Mm-hmm. I got a grandson, I better salute him. Because, they are doing a great job. We want them to continue doing a great job. We got the best military on planet Earth, and it's because of their service. And we just want to keep it going. So close it out.
Okay. We want you to follow us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, and be here next Saturday, 4 to 5 o'clock. Salute to the veterans. Thanks for your service, and support your families.
Thank you.
Thank
Next
you.
week, share. Yeah, man.